Hello, welcome back, and we're going to be going ahead and modeling this laser gun. So we just need to first break it apart into its smaller pieces, and it doesn't really matter where we start. I'll probably start on the hardest part of the gun and then work our way out, or we can start at the very top and work our way down. It doesn't really matter. However you guys like to do this is fine with me. Let's just go ahead and get started. That way, with the top part being a little easier, and it will just go across and then down. So let's just go ahead and we break it up into its smallest parts, and we are going to create a cube. So let's just start with a cube, and I'm going to go to select, create polygon cubes, and reset tool. And I have the draw out the cube, and that works out best for me, but you can just click on cube. But I'm just going to draw out a cube, and draw it out this way, and or you can just click on cube and just move it up and get it placed where you need it to be placed, kind of like this. And because we're going to be duplicating these objects around, I'm going to be doing the same exact thing for almost everything that I do. So I'm going to go ahead and so we're going to start with this piece here. I'm going to set up my thickness for the gun right now, and it's going to be about something like this wide. So we'll start with that, and of course we can make adjustments later, but let's just kind of go with that width there. And I'm going to hit the Q key and do Control D, and just hit the W key and move that over. So we're going to have another piece over here, and I'm going to hit the Control D, and I'm going to click on start this right over here, and then I'm going to do Control D and move this over here. Okay, and then I'm going to do another Control D and move this over here like this. So we got the same width, and we're just kind of just messing around here, just getting things set up. Do a Control D, move this over here for this piece right here. And then, because this piece will be one large piece, and then we're going to go over here. So I'm going to do Control D and just move this one over to this side over here like this, like that. Okay. So these are all the basic pieces we're going to create. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but it will when we get finished. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I would recommend to save your scene, and let's go ahead and get started. So we need to break this up because I already know that's that piece is kind of beveled in. So I'm going to go ahead and go to hold down the shift key and right mouse button and go into insert edge loop. Again, I'm not going to keep saying this, so just kind of write that down. And I'm going to go in here and just kind of move vertices around, so you kind of know what to do. It's getting stuck here on this. Let's try this then. Okay. Go into vertex mode. Oh, I know why. Because it's still stuck on that one thing. Alright, so now we got it unstuck. Let's move this back a bit, and then move this one forward a bit like that, and move this one over here like that to get that shape. And then we can do a long piece over here. And now we're just going to extrude. So I'm going to go into this point right here. Now I am going to make adjustments here. So I think I'm going to do that after we're done extruding. So I'm going to go to face mode, And just make sure the faces are selected. And hit the Q key. If you think that manipulator is getting in the way, just hit the Q key to get out of it. All right, so I'm just going to do Control E and extrude. Just move it in my perspective or my front view, and just move it forward like that. Okay. To that point. And we're going to use vertices to kind of move this over like that to get that edge there. And I'm going to move this down a little bit so we can get that set up. All right. Okay. All right, so then we're going to take this face underneath like that. And do go to Control Delete for extrude, and just move that down to this position right here. And then I'm going to do a Control E again and extrude that down to this point, and then Control E again and just move it down to this point, as you can see. And then you can always just hit the W key to move it down to as well if you want to. But this is the shape that we want to get. Make sure when you extrude that you are actually moving the face down. Otherwise you'll have two faces on top of each other. If you make a mistake, you can always go Control Z back and try it again. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and I probably need to get into X-ray. So I'm going to go to Shading, X-ray, and get that set up. And we're just going to move that over. I'm going to select this whole row right here by marquee selecting and keep selecting all of them at the same time, and then moving this one by itself over to this point like that, and moving it down into place. I'm going to select this one and move it over like that. So there's our first piece completely finished already. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and do the next one. All right, same kind of thing. Let's go back into selection mode. And we want to go ahead and extrude, or excuse me, insert edge loop. So insert edge loop right about here, like that. Right click over to selection mode, go back into vertex mode, and again I'm having issues because it's still in the insert edge loop mode. So I can get that back out of there. Let's see if I can get it to work now. There we go. So we're going to move these all the way back. We probably want to have a little bit of, let's move that right to that corner right there and move this all the way over to here, like that. Okay. And I'm going to probably move the bottom vertex up. It's hard to tell. We'll just kind of follow that black area there. And we're going to probably want to, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude this over, and then I'm going to extrude that down, but I've already got this set up. So I'm going to go ahead and move this all the way to the end. Move this to like that corner like that. And then move this to like this to keep it as simple as possible. This kind of leads to the fact that I do have to add an edge loop here so I can do what I want to do with this part right here. So I'm going to go in here, hold the shift key and right mouse button, go into insert edge loop tool, click on this guy right here. And underneath in the perspective view, hit the Q key, go into face mode, select that face right there. Go back into your front view and go to Control E and move that down to right about there. Right click over and go to vertex, marquee select these, and just move them over like this. Okay, like that. Move it up so we can get to that. vertices up like that. And we're going to go underneath here again and go to face mode. It looks like it's still on. That's good. And do Control E again and then move it down like this. Okay, we're going to have two pieces here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do Control E again and then move it down with the arrow like that. Right click over it and go to vertex mode, hit the Q key, and these are okay here, but we need to move this one to set that angle up. So I'm going to move this over here, get this angle set up so it looks a little more manageable here. Okay, just kind of get that looking a little more straight if we can. Just bring that back just a little bit like that. Try to get a nice angle here. Now on this part, we are going to go in here and select the face mode and select these faces. Hit the Q key to get rid of that manipulator. And I'm going to go into the front view and do Control E again. A lot of extruding. Can't get away from that, unfortunately. And we are going to then move these vertices around like this. Okay. And now we've got kind of a problem area here. Let's go to the perspective and we've kind of see what's going on here. Let's select these two guys right here. And we're going to extrude them over. Now, I can just follow this down, rotate. But I think I'm just going to go across. So Control E and move that like that. And this can be a problem because this has the curvature that goes down. So I suppose I can go in here and do a rotation and move it like that. And do another Control E, or yeah, Control E, and move that a little bit, and then rotate that by clicking on the outside rotation, and just move that down like that until we get that angle that we want. Of course, I can go into vertex mode and just kind of make adjustments here. That looks pretty good. Try to find an nice even spot here. Go to face mode. Let's go to just to see where we're at with this thing. And now we're ready to extrude down. Control E again and just move that down like that. I'm going to stop right at that corner, move that down just a smidgen like that. And we want these corners to match up, this corner and that corner. Okay. And then we're going to do Control E. Continue moving that down to this next step right here. We don't want it right on top of each other, but that's kind of where we want them, just like that. And then Control E and continue down. And again, we're gonna just kind of set that up so that's gonna be, so we can connect those two together. And then we're gonna do Control E again, one last time, go all the way down to this point where we have that break right here, like that. And do Control E again. And this will be the last one we have, like that. All right, so let's get in here, right click over this, just move that vertex down. Now remember, I'm marquee selecting. Okay, there we go, that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna go into this underneath here, perspective view, select that face right here, and do Control E, and then move that down like that. We're gonna kind of go down like that, and that looks pretty good. And go to vertex again. You can see me marquee selecting instead of just clicking on it. I'm marquee selecting it, There we go. That makes it a lot easier for me to get what I exactly want to do. There we go. Looks good. The only parts that we need to really work on now are these two. So they're too close together to do what I want. So unfortunately, that was my fault. So I'm going to go in here and marquee select that. Hold the shift key, marquee select that. And I'm getting that other one accidentally. I'm going to control delete those. And just shift select these. There we go. And let's move that back so we can see what we got. So we just need to be able to see in here. And we need to get rid of these faces. So you have to delete those. So select them and delete them like that. And then we need to select and delete that one and that one. Make sure you don't select and delete anything else. That's really important. And I'm going to go to object mode. In object mode, I'm going to hold the shift key down and right mouse button, go to target weld. I also need to right click and go to vertex. And then what I'm going to do is I need to I'm going to go ahead and target weld from here. I'm just holding down the left mouse button and hold it down and then move it over here to show, and we'll connect. So I don't want to connect it to that one, but I want to connect it to that one and let go. So it'll move it and merge it together. That's really nice. So it takes a while to get used to this tool, but once you get used to it, it's really handy. I'm going to rotate around on the other side and do the same exact thing. Okay, that looks fantastic. All right, great. And that's all we're going to do in this video. So let's take a look at what we have so far. And that looks pretty good. All right, you guys, I'll see you in part 3 in the next video.